Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Carmina, Vedic astrologer and reader with the cards of truth. Okay, so today we are going to learn more about the cards of truth, and more precisely we are going to be learning about the two cards. And we're going to be looking at every suit, what two of every suit can mean. And I'm also going to give you some more fundamental meanings, numerological meanings, and also planetary associations with the number two, so you can use them creatively when you do your card readings. Okay, I'm also gonna add this video into a playlist, and you're gonna have all the videos when I'm done from Ace to King, so you can watch all of them. And yeah, let me know in the comments what other cards of truth videos you would be interested to watch. Okay, so let's get on to our topic, which is two. While the aces correspond to number one, so to the first planet, to the sun, number two corresponds to the second planet, which is the moon. So what is the moon? The moon reflects the sun's light, and also number two is a reflection of number one. It's a multiplication, a duplication of number one. So we can already start feeling the essence, the nature of this two. It's a something reflective principle. It's a receptive principle, and it has this lunar quality of flowing, because one is just one and two you're already moving, so it has also this moving quality. And of course the planet that manifests number two, the moon, is associated to a lot of moving, to adaptability. It's associated to the water, all the water that exists on earth, including the oceans and including the sap in the plants that is flowing, and also the water that is flowing through our bodies, because the moon rules the circulatory and the urinary systems. So it's all about moving and flowing, number two. And in tarot, if you're familiar with tarot principles, it corresponds to the Emperor and Empress card. More precisely, the black two correspond to the Emperor and the red twos to the Empress, because every card has within it a more action-oriented side and a more receptive side. So the black twos are more action-oriented and involved with work or involved with pursuing ideas, and the red twos are more inclined towards comfort and receiving comfort. And yeah, we'll go into it when we check every card. Okay, so as the ace was the number one, it was like the potential of something, it was a desire, it was a foundation. As the sun also rules the skeletal system in our bodies, and it also rules the minerals that are the foundation of our bodies. Number two, that corresponds to the moon, rules also the molecules in our body. So the number one and the number two, they are the foundations of the self. And if we look at the Shapta Dhatus, which is a principle in Ayurveda, that everything is constituted from 7 elements. The sun is the Ashti, which is the bone, the mineral, and the moon is Rakta, which is blood. So we can see that these are like the foundations, the essences of everything. So for instance, how can you use that practically? So let's say you have a card reading, a manual cast reading, and you see that you're asking about buying a new house, and you see a reverse too, if you are into reversing pip cards like I am. So then that would tell me that maybe there's something wrong with the plumbing in the house, because the twos are also related to the moon and to water and to flow. And especially if I would see a reverse two of diamonds, because diamonds are more concrete things, I would think maybe there's something in the structure, because diamonds also relate to structure. So, and for instance, if you would see a reverse ace, you would say, okay, maybe there's something wrong with the foundation of this house. If you see a reverse ace of clubs, for instance, you think, okay, maybe there's something wrong, like with my idea about this house. So always you can apply these principles. If you know them very well, you can apply them very practically. Okay, so let's go to the through the suits and see what every suit can bring if you have twos. For instance, a two of spades. Of course, the spades is the hard working suit. It's the suit that relates to health, both psychological and physical. And it's, the spades always do things with more efforts, because it's also more about the self-work necessary to discover your own personality, to discover your own path. And that is, that always takes more courage and more effort than anything else, because we know we would rather involve ourselves in other people's problems usually, rather than, look inside and really do the self-work that the toughness of the spades allow us to do. So when we get a two of spades for instance, in a year spread with cards of truth, we can say we found some remedy, we found something that's working, because twos in general are all about, okay, so you had the one, you had the ace, now you're at the two, so there is a movement, there is a dialogue, there is something, some interaction with the principles. So for instance, at the two of spades, after discovering an inner deeper truth about oneself at the ace, then at the two you have like a dialogue. You find out that you found something that's working for you, and you're thinking how to make the best use of it. So two of spades especially relates to remedies. If for instance you are not feeling well, but you're casting a card and the outcome is a two of spades, it means, yeah, you found a remedy. But finding that remedy takes a bit of an effort, because it is a spade. So also I wanted to mention that because they relate to the moon, who's a planet that is connected to abundance, to fertility, twos can be very financial cards, any twos, but especially diamonds. And yeah, I guess that's it about the two of spades coming together with a remedy, because twos are about coming together, having a dialogue, working with something. Okay, then the two of hearts. That's a very sweet and comfortable card, because it relates to being together with something or someone you are passionate about. So it's a very lovey-dovey couple card. It can show physical intimacy as well, practically. And yeah, it's a card that it is very easy to not let go of. You want to be in that state of being with that thing or with that person that you are passionate about as much as possible. But if you do that, if you get stuck at the two, then you won't evolve throughout the rest of the cards, and you won't get more fulfillment. You will just get, like temporary fulfillment. So yeah, that's why I really like to look at the cards as, a development of something, as stages that we go through. So we get, of course, when we get, for instance, in a past life spread, when we get the outcome of Two of Hearts, it means that you and that person in this life are going to be spending a lot of cozy, sentimental time together, because hearts are all about family. They're all about relating to the others compassionately, love, doing something passionately. For instance, out of curiosity, I did a past life spread to see the relationship between my daughter and I in our recent past existence, and the outcome is the Two of Hearts. That's the karmic balance. So it means that in this life, we need to spend like lovey-dovey, cozy time together, which we do a lot. So it's nice to see that confirmation in the cards. So anyway, Two of Hearts is spending affectionate time with something, or if it's a project, if it's something that you like doing, like a hobby, it's like spending some time doing that. It's not by any means excelling or like, have being like validated by society. It's just, it's coming together and, starting to do it in an amateur way, like we can say. Okay, the next club is the clubs. The next suit is the clubs. So the clubs are all about ideas. They're more impersonal. They're interested in putting projects together, in sharing their inspiration. It can be also related to career or to contracts. So whenever you see a Two of Clubs, it can be that you're educating yourself in something. You're coming together with some education about the topic, or it can be that you're having an intellectual collaboration with somebody, or it can mean that it can also mean that you are starting a new job when you get the Two of Clubs, if it's something that inspires you, that job, or you come together with a study, a course, something that is really interesting to you intellectually. So yes, it can also be a financial card, because all the twos are financial, but you also have to see the rest of the cards and the potential of the whole spread before you make a quick judgment about that, okay? Yes, Two of Clubs. It's interesting because this year I'm running the Two of Clubs path card. So my path this year is focused on the Two of Clubs, and interestingly enough, I did a lot of video collaborations with my astrologer colleagues. I also wrote a study on musicians, and I'm also co-writing a book on fundamentals of Vedic astrology with a colleague of mine. So I guess it really works out for me, this Two of Clubs in the year spread. Okay, and the next one is the Two of Diamonds. The diamond suit is of course related to the concrete skills that one has. Like if you learn to play an instrument, that's very concrete, that's a diamond thing. And it also relates to anything material. It relates to the land, it relates to the earth, it relates to money. And for instance, Two of Diamonds can be that you're moving. It can actually show a physical move, because you leave that plot of land, which is the Ace of Diamonds, and you change residence. And Two of Diamonds can also show some financial gains. Of course, they won't be as big as other diamond cards, but it's still a good financial card if you get it, especially in the moon position, because of course the number 2 is very attuned to the moon energy, so they would be very synergetic, and you would be more receptive to what is available in the environment. Okay, so yeah, that's the 2 of diamonds. I guess these are all the suits. Just remember to always correlate every number to all the knowledge that you have about the planet that is manifesting that number. I'm just gonna quickly go over the planets and their numerological manifestations. So the sun, it manifests as number 1, so the ace. Number 2 is manifested by the moon. Number 3 by Mars. Number 4 by Mercury. Number 5 by Jupiter. Number 6 by Venus. Number 7 by Saturn. Number 8 by the North Node, Rahu. And number 9 by the South Node, Ketu. And you can check out the other videos I did on the rest of the cards in the playlist that you're gonna see. And also you can check out my website, yourstars-align.com, to find out more about the cards. I have some case studies there, maybe you'll find them interesting, and also past and upcoming classes on the cards and astrology, and of course readings. If you don't feel like taking so many classes, you can just get a reading from me. Okay, see you guys soon. Bye.